Well, hey Leo, how about a reading from your metal dog? This is an exciting time astrologically, and in previous versions of this video, I have said quite a bit about that. But I'm going to just see what happens here. And as these energies come in, I will tell you about them as appropriate. Let's stick with the cards. I'm always more comfortable with that. So let's get a sense of the overall energy right now. So we're seeing emotional change for you. We have the 5 of emotions. That is a difficult emotional change where there is loss and where you are forced to go through a passageway. 5s are passageways because of their discomfort. And so there is a need to find the 2 of Cups, find the new path. The previous reading I just did for you, I pulled a similar this is getting just clearer and clearer that you're going through an emotional change. We've got some really dramatic energies out there. I'll talk to you about them later in this reading maybe. But yes, it is a time of shakeups and breakups and disruptions and transformations. And you think we'd been shedding enough already, but we shed more. So yeah, as I have said, there is a need to change your perspective. That's what the Hangman is all about. Until you see anew, you kind of get to hang out in the grief. And there's opportunity here in this discomfort to see the 10 of emotions. This is a really important card right now. This is about being with the people that you dance underneath the magic with, your heart people. It's a community. And I think we're coming out of a very self-focused time and moving into a need to come together, coming out of isolation. And so if you've got a small world, maybe you're feeling like you need to see your larger community in some way. We'll see as we go on forward into this reading. Okay. So now I'm going to pull some cards that kind of get at your purpose. We have this full moon coming in. It's going to cause us to think about who we are, what matters to us. And I'm going to ask the tarot a little bit about that. Okay. All right, Leo, Shmeo, tiger, lion, kitty cat people. Let's see here. The first card is what matters to you. What matters to you? 6 of Cups. Something in nostalgia, the past. You're being with your soulmate. It's a very beautiful heart ideal of undefended love. The 6 of Cups. It's one of my favorite cards. Beautiful. That's what matters to you. So when we think about you looking towards your emotional connections, in this larger sense, this is bigger than just you. It could be your family, a couple, but here I see it in the sense of a community. So it looks like you have some grief to do before you can arrive in this community. So maybe the 6 of Cups here will help us understand that. Secondly, we're going to ask the truth of who you are. It appears that you have some kind of a decision to make, a little bit in your head, a little bit closed to outside input. That's why she's wearing a blindfold. Outside input may feel like those 2 crows kind of harassing her. She doesn't seem unhappy, but she has a decision to make. So this is, Leo, that you're in your head and you need to make a decision. All right. What is hidden from you that the tarot wants you to know? A 2 of Cups, justice, a soulmate connection, the rainbow interracial dynamic here. There's something maybe that you need to see here in the mirror, because Two of Cups is a mirroring energy, where there's more equality. That's why I talk about justice with this card. We will find out more. Something is going to change. What is it? Okay, so we get the Four of Swords. This is another head trip where you go alone with your thoughts and examine them as a part of a healing process. You are healing your mind. Goes with your Two of Swords here. And finally, we're looking at the future, your purpose. Future is a Ten of Swords. Walking away from an ending. This is in ideas. So swords are your mind, your concepts. Ten of Swords can be a broken heart in a personal relationship. Here we've got the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups and a Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. We have two cards of heartbreak on the table. We see indecision and we see healing. Just looking at this spread here, I would say that there's very possibly some kind of a relationship coming to an end, and that we see you in the future looking at a new day, walking away from something that you have finally accepted is over. There are two tens here, endings, finishings, completions of a sword, mind, air journey, and then of the heart, cups, emotions, energy. What is going on the bottom here? Okay, wow. And the Tower, upside down. Okay, so we see a Knight of Wands, the Knight of Fire. Here, Leo, very passionate, a little trouble with commitment. Very fun. I always like that Knight of Wands. I tend to like the Knight of Wands. We see a solitary emotional fulfillment, the Nine of Cups. We see a new beginning in the 3D world, Ace of Pentacles. This, I think, is this Uranus and Taurus energy that we're under at the North Node. Mars, Uranus, and the North Node conjunct at 18 degrees Taurus, an Earth sign. There is another 10, a quit your job card. Put down some kind of burden. And there's your Five of Cups. To me, this is all background to what's happening. This is the underlying energy here is this really crazy, liberating, empowering. I mean, it's an energy of revolution that we're having in a collective sense. And it's going to be going on for the next 9.5 months. So this is not a quickie, but it's a deep transformation here. And I see it in your cards. So let's clarify here. We're going to clarify across the table, beginning with what matters to you. We have this beautiful Six of Cups and undefended love. I'll tell you what I think about this underlying energy here, but you're going to have some pain to work through here if you aren't already. This is a time of endings. It's also a time of knowing what matters and who you are. But it's not comfortable. It's very disruptive energy. It's going to, so this is a long haul. I saw the Nine of Wands for you before. Let's struggle for a long time. So hang in there, Leo. Let's see. There's some good stuff here too. So this is their Six of Cups. This is what you value. This is a Three of Pentacles. Working well with others. Everybody has something to add. Building something real out of a vision together. This is important to you in your heart. Secondly, There's that 10 of Wands for the second time. We see her here, right? The put down the burden card. And here we see this fantastic card. This bug holding up the earth. I think of we recently had the cicada awoke. And they'd sleep for a very, very long time, years and years. But this feels like coming out of the earth, in this, because Uranus is in an earth sign. I feel like this is our disruption. It's just like waiting there, right in the middle of what matters to you. And then there is Temperance. It's this kind of waiting energy, like the Hangman here, trying to look at things in a new way, also trying to mix things in a new way. So it's an energy of finding a new mix and being very, very patient. And I see that patience in this bug. So Leo, you want this soulmate connection. You want this undefended love. You want to be with people that you can collaborate with. And there's a heaviness, there's a burden on you right now. And you're trying to find a way to revise it, just taking time. You actually have time, right? We're talking about a 9-month cycle here. I keep thinking this is going to be about Taurus. So if I say Taurus, I mean Leo. This is the truth of who you are. The truth is you have a decision to make and you haven't actually made it. Are you aware of this? Sometimes people aren't aware that they need to make a decision. And I see this angel mixing of the waters. One foot is on land, one foot is in the water. I feel like this is related to this needing to make a choice. Where do you want to be, in the emotions or on earth, in the practical? And this is coming up in other readings too. So this could be like a larger dilemma where we just are trying to cling so hard to the practical. Or maybe because Uranus is in Taurus, a very practical sign. But there's also all of this emotional work that I see on the table here is happening for you, Leo. Okay, the truth of who you are, this 2 of Swords. What more can we learn? The Princess of Cups, just kind of a light, flirty, young, immature, wants to have fun energy. So that's perhaps one choice in the cups. And then there's your heir, your Queen of Swords, clarity. She knows what's in, she knows what's out. She's not afraid to use the sword of truth. A little bit, it appears, let me pull one more card, and the Devil. Okay. Truth of who you are. It's like this dilemma that you have. It's in your emotions, right? Like, so you want to be this Princess of Cups. You have a Queen of Swords inside of you. What blinds you, what confuses you, what keeps you stuck is the Devil, which is your addiction, your codependence. It can be very confusing. It can tell you, like, you better keep this because you're never going to get anything better. This is the best you can ask for. It could tell you, those kinds of messages. You're not good enough. Or, how could you leave them, right? And it can also just be that you drink too much or eat too much or you're a druggie. I don't know. You're a love addict. It could be any of these things or somebody else's addiction here, right? So if you're not codependent or not an addict, there is something in some people that will cause them to stay with someone who is an addict. I guess I would call that codependent though, because they need you and how could you, and they're sick and you need to be there for for them. But this Queen of Swords knows better. She has great clarity, and she will cut out the devil. I just feel like you want to be light and have fun. But there's another side of you that's like, I don't know about this. So you're torn. And that is the truth of who you are at the moment. Okay. So as far as what is hidden from you that the tarot wants you to know, it's beautiful. It's a Two of Cups. It's a new thing. It's a soulmate connection. It's you in the mirror. It's justice. It could be that gamut of things. It's beautiful. It's something that you're not seeing that's hidden from you. So if you're in something already, this is something else. What really matters to you is this undefended love, this soulmate connection, this building with others. You're burdened by something else. It could be this Knight of Wands has trouble committing, or you are the Knight of Wands, and that's why you're in this dilemma. This Knight of Wands is very attractive, very fire sign, Leo. I'm inclined to see it as you. I see you alone. I see you emotionally fulfilled alone. Okay, well, let's keep looking here. Hidden, what the tarot wants you to know. Six of Discs. So this would suggest that there is greater balance and reciprocity possible for you. That's what the Two of Cups is fully about. Justice, equal give and take. You fill one another's cups up. We have the Hierophant. Structural power, church, state, yes. No, very marriage. This keeps coming up. And Two of Discs, more twos, more balance. Very practical, earthy energy here with a 6 and a 2 of Discs. Yeah, if Leo, if this is something in the realm of institutions. I'm never I'm never really excited when I see the Hierophant. And I'm not really that excited about it today. I see all these pairs in this, what's hidden from you. I see them mirroring. I see them giving each other equal give and take, reciprocity, balance, infinity, like these two ones on the tightrope. Crossing between worlds. This image here for the Six of Pentacles, this is about generosity and charity and things like that too. I see this concept of the divine, actually, or an ancestor giving to you both here, the two of you who show up here in this as what's hidden. And then I see this, you two here, coming to this representative of the divine, which is much more, sort of a disturbing eyes on this guy. Also, no offense, but the Pope here is, currently a really amazing human being. It's like you're choosing between these two concepts of the divine, or trying to balance them in some way. So this feels to me like something happening in the much larger collective sense that's hidden from you, that is kind of like the backdrop for what's happening to you. Like, I have a couple of women friends who are about to get married. I think of them here in the larger social context. Whether they get married, whether their marriage remains legal, this is, it's happening in a larger world. Okay. So, what is going to change? We get this Four of Swords. We actually see your mind changing through a process of going inward and alone. Let's see. It's a healing process. It's great. Seven of Cups. This illusions, projections, choices. There's an Ace of Cups. A new beginning. Remember, we do see the end of a cup cycle, and here's the beginning of it. There's lots of tens endings here, and so that's going to change. It looks like when we see these two together, she's looking at all these choices. There is a decision made. You are indecisive. So perhaps that's what this is about, and that's what's going to change as you make up your mind, and it is in the realm of the emotions here. Thirdly, a Four of Discs. This is a great representation of how you have this beautiful little world that you've made, but it's kind of limited. There's a whole world outside. So Four of Discs is about control. And so moving out of that into, oh, look at all this. Look at, there's a massive butterfly and this huge planet, and I just made this tiny little sheltered garden. It's so much like this Four of Swords, right? She's alone in her little nest with her heart on her mind. This is what happens after a Three of Swords, after heartbreak. Another variety. Let's see the future here. A Ten of Swords. Coming to terms with an ending in a very, very painful ending. Well, this is a quite beautiful and kind of philosophical version of the Ten of Swords here in the future, Leo. I think I want to say Taurus because Uranus is in Taurus, as is the North Node and Mars. It is what is going to be disrupting us over the next 9-10 months. Bringing some things down. And I see tens here, endings. So let's see. What do we have? Strength. This beats your devil. The Strength card. Your ability to rise to your highest self because you have a good heart. You can control your violence. And there's also a card of Leo. So that's you. You have you in the end. There's your Tower. That is our Uranus energy right there. It's built on a shaky foundation. It will come down. And an Eight of Discs. Very practically, very spiritually, putting in the work. Sort of a new skill. It's work. Going to work. Very practical. I see you rebuilding something that had to come down. Building anew. You put in work into this. You were your best self in it. You were a Leo in it. It came down. It had to. You knew it. There were red flags. And it came down. And that's what's going to happen right now. In astrologically, see what happens, you know. There's going to be this Five of Cups. It's here twice on the table here for you. Five of Cups, looking at your losses. There is a new cup right there behind you. You just need to look at it, and that's what happens in that passageway. It's a perspective shift. Some kind of burden is getting put down here. Okay. On the bottom of this deck, we have a Four of Cups. It's normally a been there, done that card. I love this. It makes me think of the Little Prince. So we see him watering the cup, using the cup to water the rose. So it's a very optimistic Four of Cups. And we can see that eye looking in on this. So I see you as outside of this optimism. That's a very Four of Cups feeling. But you can enter this and commit to watering that little flower on this desolate planet. We see a lot of anxiety right now. Your head going after you. And this is a really great image of all the creepy crawlies in your head that can keep you up at night. And some beautiful King of Wands, also card of Leo. Be yourself, be your fiery leader, decisive alpha energy. And this will walk you out of this situation. No, I just really see you being you, but I see you going through one of these Uranus at the North Node with Mars, the action planet. There's a lot happening, right, in the heavens, and you're gonna feel it. It's gonna stoke all your fire, with Mars being your ruling planet. So perhaps this is really fun. There's definitely this beautiful heart leap here of joy and wish fulfillment. I think this is what you're after. You're after like a real, this is what you want. This is what you deserve. Don't listen to the devil if he tells you otherwise. If your head tells you otherwise, right? This head full of bugs and worms. Don't listen to that head. That's your devil. That's your mind. Yeah, so you have something is going to get unloaded. And it's a big burden. It's going to be sad. You may already be here. There is a Two of Cups waiting for you. So in the realm of your finding your purpose and who you are, like I see that. I see the Strength card. I see the King of Wands here. But there is a Tower. It just says to me you could have so much more, this reading does. And I don't mean like you could be rich. I just mean it looks like you're in a heavy situation where you're kind of in a dilemma, and you could sort of take this little thing and be like, oh, that's all I deserve. That's the best I could get. And I see you changing your mind here and making and choosing something real. Trusting that there is something real and that you can come out of this safe little place. I think those are really important cards here. And it doesn't have a lot to do with what is hidden from you, which is this. And it has to do with the balancing these two concepts, which seem to be ideas of the divine and of power. And balancing those or choosing between them. There's a real choice here. And it's not just in perspective, although it's a lot in perspective. So, interesting. Well, Leo, I hope that offers you some help, or I hope it doesn't bum you out, but we're all going to be having a lot going on, so don't be alone through this. If your heart people are right there with you through this icy Five of Emotions place. It makes me think very much of our queen, the Ice Queen here herself, the Queen of Swords. I actually think the honesty of the Queen of Swords is quite kind. It may not feel kind to the people that don't want you to be true to yourself, but it's the right thing to be. There seems to be a lightweight energy around you. you want to be a lightweight or you're with a lightweight. So you could have more. You're the King of Wands and the Strength card, Leo. Okay, let me know. This may or may not resonate. It's a general reading, but I hope you had fun watching. Have a beautiful day.